Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
We start with late-breaking news this noon. A Bexar County judge grants a mistrial in a case involving two former San Antonio police officers.
That's right. Thomas Villarreal and Carlos Castro are accused of pummeling a man inside his East Side home back in January of 2020.
Our Daniela Ibarra was the only reporter in the courtroom when the judge made that decision. Daniela.
Yeah, Tiffany and RJ, this mistrial was the first thing that happened in court this morning. The defense attorney tells me he felt like he had to file it after a hearing that happened yesterday outside of the presence of the jury. Now, this defense attorney, Jason Goss, he's representing those two former San Antonio police officers, Carlos Castro and Thomas Villarreal. They had been on trial since last Friday. Goss says the state had expert witnesses that believe Villarreal and Castro acted reasonably. He says that if he had known that before this case even began, he would have tried this case differently. Now, even if this mistrial motion would have been denied, the former officer's attorney is confident that his clients would have been acquitted. We did catch up with the former officers as they walked out of the courthouse. They told us that they weren't ready to talk to us on camera, but they are ready for this case to be behind them. Now, the DA's office does have the option to retry this case. We've reached out to them, and we're waiting to hear back from them. We're live from the Cadena Reeves Justice Center. Daniela Ibarra, KSAT12 News.
All right, thank you very much, Daniela. So we saw a lot of much-needed rain over the past couple of days, and it definitely helped cool things off. And even more good news, temperatures are set to drop even more this weekend.
And we're excited. Mia Montgomery is tracking the fall weather. Mia, what can we expect?
You're right. We are so excited because it's finally going to start to feel like fall around South Central Texas, just in time for any of those weekend plans. Today is still going to be somewhat warm for this time of year. Take a look at current conditions outside. We're already warming into the low 80s right now here in San Antonio, 81 over at the airport. It's 83 in New Braunfels. Still holding on to the 70s though for places like Bernie, stretching over to Kerrville. I think throughout the remainder of the day, we're going to see a mix of sun and clouds, and highs are still going to head for the mid 80s. That's somewhat seasonable for this time of year before we start to see those thermometers fall into the 70s shortly after the sun goes down. And here's the thing, when that happens, we're also going to see dew points start to drop as well. Drier air is going to work in. We're going to see a secondary push of cooler air arrive for the weekend too. So that's why highs tomorrow and into Sunday only slated for the mid to upper 70s. And as early as Sunday morning, we could see our morning low temperature fall into the upper 50s. So yes, that fall-like weather is on the horizon. Enjoy it, because into next week, we're going to see a gradual warming trend take over, maybe another front just ahead of next weekend. We're going to talk all those details, plus get you a recap of all of the rainfall totals we have across the area following yesterday's rain in just a few, guys.
Thank you, Mia. A former Bernie area gymnastics coach will be spending the next 10 years in prison after authorities say he sexually abused several young girls. That sentence handed down yesterday to 74-year-old Michael Spiller. Bernie police said Spiller abused the children while they attended his kids' camp. In a previous KSAT report, police said they received more reports of sexual assault involving Spiller beginning in 2001. Multiple victims have since come forward.
The Biden administration is facing growing questions today after a surprising announcement that they will clear the way for more miles of a border wall along the U.S.-Mexico border.
President Biden previously campaigned against the wall. ABC's Rena Roy explains how the administration is defending the move.
Efforts are underway to build nearly 20 more miles of border wall at the U.S.-Mexico border, according to the White House.
We had no choice. It was mandated.
And controversy is growing around the move, but the Biden administration is defending its plans amid an historic uptick in illegal border crossings from Mexico into the U.S. During the Trump presidency, Congress earmarked hundreds of millions of dollars for border wall construction.
There's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what it was appropriated. I can't stop that.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No.
The announcement comes despite this campaign promise from President Biden.
There will not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration.
In a federal notice, the Homeland Security Secretary wrote there's an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers to prevent unlawful entries into the United States. Many questioning why this is happening now if funds have been available since Biden took office.
He's been asking Congress to reappropriate the funds. He has been. for the past couple of years, and Congress refused.
The administration facing criticism from all sides.
This decision today, it feels like too little too late.
Customs and Border Protection plans indicate that the new construction will be an 18-foot portable barrier, different than the 30-foot bollard design added under the Trump administration. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
More news from Capitol Hill. The Biden administration plans to restart the deportation of Venezuelans directly to Venezuela. The move is part of an effort to curb the record influx of crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border. The deportation process for Venezuelans is already underway, with some migrants already identified to be taken back to their home country, and that's based on those who cross unlawfully and are unable to prove a legal basis to remain in the U.S. Venezuelans make up a large amount of border crossings. Now here, the U.S. generally can't deport them because of strained diplomatic relations with the country. However, U.S. officials say Venezuela is now agreeing to accept back their nationals.
And back here at home, a traffic alert. Construction along Loop 1604 will once again cause a headache for drivers this weekend.
Okay, so there's a lot of good news about this weekend, but this one is not really that. Several closures along the corridor as part of the North Expansion project. Stephen Cavazos breaks down what drivers need to know.
As we drive off into the weekend, expect to see more closures in and around the Alamo City, and one of the busiest spots, of course, is the Loop 1604 North Expansion project. Take a look at this aerial video that has shown the progress over the last few months. Now, I know if you travel through there, it could be pretty agitating having to sit through a lot of the congestion, but remember, the goal here is to reduce that congestion by expanding to more lanes, and we're going to see those closures in place for a little while. So remember, Loop 1604 North Expansion project is expected to last several years, and yes, I did say years. We do have 3 segments that are under construction, so segment 3 actually stretches from I-10 all the way to 281, so let's go ahead and show you what you can expect out there. We have that full closure expected to take us all the way through Monday, October 9th. Now, this work starts at 9 in the evening, should finish at 5 in the morning. We'll see the closure along the Loop 1604 eastbound main lanes. That's from Vance Jackson Road to exit ramp to the Lock Hill Selma Road entrance ramp. Be sure to follow those detours out there, folks. There will be more closures happening around that project, as we see here at Lock Hill Selma Road at the Loop 1604 intersection. Now, that work begins around the same time, 9 at night, and should finish at 5 in the morning. But remember, this takes us all the way up to Monday, October 9th. There will be off-duty officers out there, so just make sure to follow the detours. They're going to help with the congestion that they may see and that you may encounter. But you can scan this QR code. That takes you to our KSAT traffic page. We have a full article that breaks down the Loop 1604 North Expansion project, what you can expect over the next few years. So just make sure to plan your commute ahead of time.
The San Antonio International Airport is expanding its international service yet again with even more direct flights to Mexico. Querétaro is the new travel spot offering low-cost direct flights. Trips will start on December 1st and fly 2 times per week, joining the airport's already existing group of flights to Guanajuato, Mexico City, and Monterrey. You can book flights now on the airline's website.
Good news there for travelers. Well, the #1 team in the city back in action last night on the road. We'll have full highlights from this fun matchup on the gridiron between the Steel Knights and the New Braunfels Unicorns.
A local event is celebrating Black filmmakers and seeks to elevate Black voices and stories. We explore one of the films discussing a problem impacting communities across the country. Welcome back. Now in its 5th year, the San Antonio Black International Film Festival celebrates and highlights Black filmmakers and artists. And the event is giving one San Antonio filmmaker the platform to share a story about a problem impacting communities everywhere.
Noctiluco, it means basically shining light in dark places.
In Selena Igwe's latest film, she focuses on child abuse. She says it's a film inspired by real events.
Basically, this child fell through all of the systems in America that we really shouldn't. There's no child that should fall through these cracks.
Her film will be shown at this year's San Antonio Black International Film Festival.
And I'm very anxious to see what the audience thinks. I know, again, it's very hard to watch, but we're going to do a Q&A after my film, and so I'll be able to answer any questions.
More than 50 films were selected and will be screened here at St. Philip's College and at the Carver Community Cultural Center.
This year's theme is HBCU Love, and what we're doing is we're celebrating creators from historically Black universities.
Selena says this festival serves as a vital platform for filmmakers to showcase their work and connect with the community.
For me, it helps me to feel like I'm seen, because it is hard, not only in San Antonio, it is hard internationally for Black filmmakers to be recognized and seen and our stories to be heard.
Selena's film will be shown tomorrow around 1 p.m. at St. Philip's College.
Well, you still have time to register for the 10th annual Cleft Strong 5K. It's happening on Sunday morning.
This event is a great way for us to spread awareness, but also to show our kids who are cleft affected that there are other kids out there, other people out there that are just like them.
Again, this is all happening Sunday morning at Eisenhower Park. If you cannot make it to the park, you can also join the 5K virtually. There will also be a DJ, games, food, and a silent auction. We have all the information right there on KSAT12.
And around that time, this weekend, it's going to be great weather, right, Mia?
It's probably going to be a little bit cool first thing Sunday morning, I would think. Maybe even briefly a long sleeve, because yeah, we're going to see that fall air move in. Not like winter coats or anything just yet, but we definitely are trending in the right direction when it comes to fall air finally making its grand return to our area, all following the rain that we saw yesterday and that front that moved through. Good news, the aquifer is up 1/2 foot this Friday, 631.9. Not so good news when it comes to the pollen count, though. Molds skyrocket into the very high category following that rain. Ragweed is moderate, fall elm and pigweed are low. We're going to talk about that cooler air moving in for the weekend. That's coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Well, the cooler weather is going to make for an incredible, awesome weekend.
SA Live is getting us ready for weekend fun, and they have the question of the day.
If your heart is pure and you believe, good things will happen.
It's so nice to stand outside here in Market Square, and we are not sweating. A nice little breeze going on here. And of course, Mia's going to have more on that because it's going to be a fantastic weekend. So the question is, though, with this, we'll call it cooler weather.
Not so hot.
Because it ain't 100.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yes.
How are you going to enjoy it?
Scan that QR code and let us know. You guys have any plans?
Cafecito, always.
Can't go wrong, with a little coffee. I'm just getting ready, Mike, Fiona, to watch some football outside. Maybe hang on the patio, do a little food.
Definitely patio weather.
Yeah, on the grill.
Even if you're just standing outside, it's like, why not? Because it's so nice out here, just like we're doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can actually enjoy the walks outside with the kiddos, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, a lot of things going on this weekend.
All right, see you in a few.
Well, as we just mentioned, a lot of fun. You see them outside. They look like they're having a great time out there. And Mia, we know that there's going to be a lot of things taking place this weekend, and it's just going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people out there.
Yeah, it's just going to be so nice to walk outside and not immediately start sweating. You don't immediately feel the humidity when you step out the front door, because dew points are going to drop, especially by this evening. And then that lower humidity is just going to stick with us all the way through the upcoming weekend as we see some of that cooler air work in as well. All right, before we can detail that, I do want to give you a quick recap on some of the much needed rain that we saw across South Central Texas, at least for the vast majority of us yesterday. 1.41 officially here in San Antonio, 1.75 out east though in Hallettsville. And as we zoom this in here in Bexar County, you can see that a good chunk of us picking up on some of those needed rainfall totals. 1.25 in Seguin, 0.42 on the south side at Stinson, almost an inch of rain in Bulverde. And while it's not drought busting, any little bit certainly helps for us here in Bexar County. As of the latest drought monitor update that was released yesterday, data is taken on Tuesday, you can see we still have exceptional drought in place. That stretches up the 281 corridor, up I-35 as well. Most of South Central Texas still dealing with the drought, so we will definitely take all that we found out there in the backyard rain gauges yesterday. And that rain and the added cloud cloud cover also helped us out temperature-wise. We only topped off in the low 80s yesterday. We did not hit 90 degrees for the first time in 119 days. That streak started back in early June. This is the longest consecutive streak of days where we did hit 90 degrees or higher. And you can see that, yes, we have ended that. So that is great news, and temperatures are only going to feel more like fall into the upcoming weekend. So we're still expected to climb into the mid 80s today, later on this afternoon. Then we see that secondary push of cooler and drier air work in just in time for any plans that you may have out and about tomorrow and into Sunday. Because of that, highs are not expected to climb above the mid to upper 70s. That's actually slightly below average for this time of year. Our average high is about 85. Do enjoy it though, because as we head into next week, we're going to gradually start to see those temperatures warm back up. So here's right now 81, dew point of 62. Not too bad. That feels like temperature not straying away too far from the actual air temperature. 86, that forecast high by about 4 to 5 o'clock with a mix of sun and clouds. And if you're stepping out for any evening plans, Friday night football games, we are expecting those temperatures to fall into the 70s shortly after the sun goes down. 85 in Pleasanton, 84 in New Braunfels, 83 in Sabinal, 84 as well in Bandera. There are those dropping dew points as we see that drier air work its way in. If you are stepping out for Friday evening plans, you likely will notice that later on today. And then here's that front up to our north. That's what's going to start to work its way into our area just in time for the weekend. Because of that, after it passes through, I think we could see some breezy conditions yet again tomorrow morning. Wind gusts generally upwards of about 25 miles per hour, maybe even 30 miles per hour. And then as those calm ever so slightly into Saturday night, depending on the cloud cover, we've got the drier air in place. Upper 50s are in the forecast by Sunday morning into Monday morning. By the way, if that 57 verifies, that would be the coolest morning that we've seen since late April. So excited about that. And again, we'll start to warm things up next week ahead of maybe another potential front that moves in just ahead of the following weekend, guys.
All smiles in the studio.
Yes. Oh, wow.
And I have
Very
a feeling
excited.
the pumpkin patches are going to be full this weekend.
I would think so. Pumpkin spice lattes, everything, right?
All thing pumpkins, yes. Looking great there. Thank you very much, Mia. All right, coming up next in sports, we got a taste of some of the high school football action that's ahead tonight. Mia mentioned great weather tonight, so we're going to show you some highlights from an old school neighborhood rivalry between Holmes and John Jay. And the Cowboys, yes, they look to get redemption against their old nemesis there, the 49ers. We'll tell you why there's some good news for the offense as they head to the Bay Area. Sports is up next. Welcome back. After a week off, the #1 ranked Steel Knights resumed District 27 6A play at the New Braunfels Unicorns last night. First quarter, Steel ball. Chad Warner, you see right there, hands off to Jonathan Hatton, and he rips off his 17-yard touchdown run. Point after was good, and it's 7-0 Knights. Later in the first, same score, Warner throws right there the ball to Sammy Harris in the flat. Look at my man Harris. He does the rest. He slips to a defender and then outruns the defense to the end zone. That's a 61-yard touchdown, and the Knights lead 13-7 at that point, and still wraps this one up 27-14. Time for a 29 6A matchup at the Gus between the Holmes Huskies and the 8th-ranked Jay Mustangs. First quarter action. Take a look here. QB Jackson Gutierrez for John Jay throws over the top to Diego Quiroz. That's ruled a 30-yard reception down to the 3-yard line. Moments later, Jack Mata scores from 3 yards out. And then we're going to see the 2-point conversion. That's good. And Jay leads 8-0. Later in the first, Jay strikes again as Photog Mark Mendez was leaving Jackson Gutierrez on the QB keeper, and he snaps off a 46-yard touchdown run for John Jay to make it 16-0 Mustangs. And Jay wins this one, the neighborhood rivalry, 53-25, improving to 7-0 overall and 5-0 in district play. Okay, how about the Divine War Horses invading Alamo Stadium to face the YMLA Lions in a District 14 4A2 opener for both these teams. Third quarter, War Horses up 14-7. About to get more here. Look at my guy here, Sam Guardiola. He appears to get wrapped up but then Sam breaks free and then finds nothing but green space there, open space in front of him, and that will go down as a 37-yard touchdown run to make it 21-7 Divine. So let's check out the scoreboard to see how this one ended up. You see Divine takes care of business there, 35-14. Some other scores from last night. Smithson Valley, the Rangers beat Kyle Lehman 42-7. And then in this SAISD matchup, Sam Houston takes care of the Lanier Vokes 27-17. How about this old school rivalry matchup? Marshall takes down Lee 38-14. And then Medina Valley falls to Laredo Nixon there 16-14.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
All right, Cowboys versus Niners. Not much else needs to be said as these old NFC rivals go at it again on Sunday. And if all goes as planned, the Cowboys will have all 5 starting offensive linemen together. That lineup is left tackle Tyron Smith, left guard Tyler Smith, center Tyler Biotish, right guard Zach Martin, and right tackle Terrence Steele. Through 4 games this season, Steele is the only starter not to miss time. This is a massive game for the Cowboys, so having their best O-line out there versus that Niners impressive defensive line is pretty huge.
I mean, it's awesome. I'm glad that everybody is back for this matchup. You know, obviously this is going to be a great game. You know, there's obviously a lot of history there. Like, you know, nobody can forget that. But it's going to be great. It really is.
Oh, it'd be huge. I mean, we were talking about it today. We haven't had a game, obviously, this year. And, you know, a little bit of a different lineup last year. So this group of 5 have never played a game together. So we're excited to go out there and you know, go to work.
Micah Parsons earlier this week was defending Jets quarterback Zach Wilson and Giants quarterback Daniel Jones, who are both taking a bit of a beating on social media from their fans. Parsons said that people need to relax and be more mindful about how they talk on social media. Taking a look at Micah there, we'll see him and the rest of the boys Sunday night at San Francisco. Should be a lot of fun there. Also, the Spurs are having their free open scrimmage at the Frost Bank Center on Saturday as well. So there's just a lot going on.
And tickets for those?
Those have already been handed out. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately you cannot get that, but if you're heading out there, free parking. They're also going to have specials on drinks and food and things like that.
That should be lots of fun.
Wemby Watch, Wemby Mania.
Oh, I love that, yeah. Well, there's a lot more to come. Social media can often influence our spending habits, but buyer beware. Before you click on those ads and start shopping, make sure you're on a real site. How scammers are now targeting people through social media ads the next half hour.
And new today at 5, Halloween isn't the only thing to look for during the month of October. Falling prices on major household items. We'll tell you which stores are holding big sales events this month, including this weekend. This is all today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.